Warning. I chain smoke and I say fuck a lot. But I accept myself for the way I am. I accept you too. Viewer discretion advised.
Why did you fly on Jeffrey Epstein's Lolita Express 26 times? 26 times, Bill. What were you doing on Jeffrey Epstein's plane?
Sit down and shut up.
He knows. James Patterson knows who Jeffrey Epstein is. Child sex trafficker, you flew on it 26 times.
Shut up.
What, do you got nothing to say?
Bill Clinton claims he knows nothing about Jeffrey Epstein's alleged sex crimes. Yeah, I can believe that. Psych! Former President Bill Clinton released a statement on Monday night distancing himself from convicted pedophile and one-time friend Jeffrey Epstein, who is facing a slew of new charges.
President Clinton knows nothing about the terrible crimes Jeffrey Epstein pleaded guilty to in Florida some years ago, or those which he has been recently charged with in New York. In 2002 and 2003, President Clinton took a total of 4 trips on Jeffrey Epstein's airplane.
1 to Europe, 1 to Asia, and 2 to Africa, which included stops in connection with the work of the Clinton Foundation. The statement added, "Are we sure he didn't go to Haiti?" Staff, supporters of the foundation, and his Secret Service detail traveled on every leg of the trip. He had one meeting with Epstein in his Harlem office in 2002, and around the same time made one brief visit to Epstein's New York apartment with a staff member and his security detail. He's not spoken to Epstein in over a decade, and he has never been to Little St. James Island, Epstein's ranch in New Mexico, or his residence in Florida.
In absolute secret, the U.S. government negotiated a deal that forgave multi-billionaire Jeff Epstein for procuring sex with about 40 children. Some as young as 12 years old were trafficked from other countries to other countries. The deal that allowed Epstein to serve only 13 months in a special private wing of the Palm Beach jail, where he was allowed to leave every day for 16 hours. Basically, he only slept there. It carried the possibility for everybody else who wasn't a billionaire, life in prison. Epstein's private pilot, Larry Visocki, in addition to all this, came forward and said that he had flown Bill Clinton around on the same jet at the same time with underage girls that Epstein had on his jet. In fact, Bill Clinton's name shows up on logs that have been forwarded to me 20 times. Bill Clinton's name 20 times during times when some of these girls were on board. The Epstein team also ordered private investigations by the truckload to harass, threaten, and offer money to families in exchange for non-cooperation with the investigation.
Sleazy Wall Street tycoon Jeffrey Epstein used the Lolita Express to ferry a bevy of beautiful young women. Among the passengers, former President Bill Clinton and Britain's Prince Andrew.
On almost every trip that I did go on, there were young girls around.
The evidence is already there. There's already been affidavits, sworn affidavits by the pilots who actually swore that Bill Clinton was on the same jet with Epstein, on the same jet with the women who procure underage girls for Epstein, on the same jet where there were actually some of the girls that were being transported.
Shantae worked as a masseuse, but says she never had sex with Epstein.
Did you ever think that maybe more was going on than simple massages?
Looking back, of course.
Was there a bed on the airplane?
Actually, yes, there was, yeah.
On one memorable flight on board a plane like this provided by Air Hollywood, she says she made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for passengers, including Oscar winner Kevin Spacey, actor Chris Tucker, and even Bill Clinton. They were all flying to Africa on a humanitarian mission, and Jeffrey Epstein had given them the use of his jet.
So you never gave President Clinton a massage?
No, I didn't.
Shantae says when the plane landed in Africa, Clinton took her shopping, but she says nothing improper occurred.
They had shut down a jewelry store for us, and I helped him pick out a bracelet for Chelsea.
Blood diamonds? There's flight logs and other evidence saying that Bill Clinton rode on the Lolita Express about 26 times. He said it's 4, but we all know Bill Clinton wouldn't lie to us, right?
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
Indeed, I did have a relationship with Miss Lewinsky that was not appropriate. In fact, it was wrong. It constituted a critical lapse in judgment and a personal failure on my part for which I am solely and completely responsible.
We know, Bill. We know, Bill.
I've seen your comments, and everyone's saying that Mike Cernovich deserves credit for getting the Epstein documents unsealed. So, thanks, dude. Also, I saw this on the Outer Light channel. There's some pretty decent drone footage out of Little St. James, and you can see the tunnel underneath the Temple of the Golden Egg Penis. Nancy Pelosi's daughter, Christine Pelosi, a DNC official, has said that she believes some of Epstein's elitist buddies could quite likely be implicated in his latest sex trafficking case. Some of his other prominent pals include Woody Allen, Alan Dershowitz, and Prince Andrew. Quote, "This Epstein case is horrific, and the young woman deserves justice," Christine Pelosi tweeted Saturday. Quote, "It is quite likely that some of our faves are implicated, but we must follow the facts and let the chips fall where they may, whether on Republicans or Democrats."
New raid video showing federal agents as they bust open the door of his 7-story, $77 million home on Manhattan's Upper East Side. In a dramatic news conference on Monday, the U.S. attorney saying inside, investigators found hundreds, if not thousands, of female nude or partially nude photographs, some of the photos seeming to show underage girls. And inside of a locked safe, compact discs, one allegedly labeled Young Miscellaneous Nudes 1, another titled Girl Pics Nude.
Do you think there might be some blackmail material in there? Maybe. And from the Daily Beast, when Acosta was asked about the no prosecution deal, here's what he had to say. He cut the non-prosecution deal with one of Epstein's attorneys because he had, quote, been told to back off, that Epstein was above his pay grade. Quote, "I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence and to leave it alone." And another odd thing, Attorney General Barr recused himself from this whole prosecution. Is it weird that his dad is the one that hired Epstein in the early 70s to work as a teacher at the Dalton private school for boys and girls with no college education? Jeffrey Epstein, international money man of mystery. My belief is that Jeff maintains some sort of money management firm, though you won't get a straight answer from him, says one well-known investor. He once told me he had 300 people working for him, and I've also heard that he manages Rockefeller money. But one never knows. It's like looking at the Wizard of Oz. There may be less there than meets the eye. He spends an hour and 15 minutes every day doing advanced yoga with his personal instructor who travels with him wherever he goes. He's an enthusiastic member of the Trilateral Commission and the Council on Foreign Relations. Is that why he's so untouchable? If you're familiar with the work of Bill Cooper, from Behold a Pale Horse.
Most modern secret societies, and especially those that practice degrees of initiation, and that is the key, are really one society with one purpose. You may call them whatever you wish: the Order of the Quest, the Jason Society, the Roshaniya, the Kabbalah, the Knights Templar, the Knights of Malta, the Knights of Columbus, the Jesuits, the Masons, the ancient and mystical order of Rosicruci, the Illuminati, the Nazi Party, the Communist Party, the executive members of the Council on Foreign Relations, the Group, the Brotherhood of the Dragon, the Rosicrucians, the Royal Institute of International Affairs, the Trilateral Commission, the Bilderberg Group, the Open Friendly Secret Society of the Vatican, the Russell Trust, the Skull and Bones, the Scroll and Key, the Order. They are all the same, and all work toward the same ultimate goal: a new world order.
Fucking stoned. I got